Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about Bookstagram. Now, before I decided to even film this video, I was looking at other videos on YouTube for ways to start your Instagram, how to grow your Instagram, and I don't like the how to grow your Instagram, well, your Bookstagram, because there is not one foolproof way to seamlessly grow it. You just have to post and engage and just be consistent. So I wrote down things to talk about so that I don't miss anything. I've got the who. Who is this video for? And this is for book lovers. Yes, I'm talking about myself included. I started my Bookstagram in September 2020. Yeah, so it's been over a year and a half that I've been on Bookstagram, and it has been the absolute best thing that I could have done for myself, because, and when I tell you I didn't want to be annoying on my personal Instagram page, I would post like the books that I was reading on my stories, and you know how stories disappear after 24 hours even though I made like a book highlight. Yeah, so I just decided to go forth and make that switch, and it's been all sunshine and roses from there. When deciding to start your Bookstagram, also sort of like tell a story of how your Bookstagram came to be, and especially your username. My username is LetKatRead, only because when I would pick up a book, I would always be interrupted. That's not even an exaggeration. Every single time I'd pick up a book, I was interrupted. So, hence why LetKatRead and how that came to be. Before I made the switch over to BookTube, I would post my current reads in my description bar. So even though I was doing makeup, I was still heavily reading. So I think I talked about Siobhan Davis, Claire Kingsley, Lucy Score. I think I talked about them on my YouTube channel, but now here we go, full books. How do I create content? We're gonna go through the beginning of my Bookstagram. You might cringe. Let's see. We gotta go back to the beginning. For the longest time, my page was very one size fits all. I started with quotes, book, quote, book, quote, and it really just went from there. Now it's more fun and happy and themed and planned out, and I think it's a little bit more heavy on like the kind of lifestyle page, that it's not as curated. It's still planned out. I plan out my feeds, and then I also plan out the filters to use. I use the preview app. I pay for the subscription, which it's amazing. You get all the filter packs. If you don't pay for it, you only get 2, which are just like the essential and I think the winter pack. I wanted more because the filters there are just absolutely stunning. I'm using the pink pack right now, obviously, because it's February, so I wanted to try that out. What do I use to take my pictures? I was using my camera, but it was more of a hassle to get the pictures from my camera onto my phone, so I just went back to my phone, and I have the 11 Pro Max. Takes good pictures. A lot of creators also use their phones, and just phones have come a really long way. You do not need to invest in a camera. This is just a camera from my makeup days, so there's that. Where do I take my books to content? If you'll notice on my Bookstagram, it's heavily white background. I use my bookshelf in a lot of pictures. This one was with my bookshelf, and then this one was on my bed. I like to take a lot of my pictures in bulk, so my favorite time of day to take my pictures is sunrise. I am east facing, I'm sunrise facing, so anytime between 8 and 9 a.m. is the best for me, because that's when the sun just hits my window. That's my favorite time to take pictures, but since I'm back at work, I can really only take them on Sundays, and that's if it's not raining. So there's that. My another advice is to just to not be scared to post. I was terrified to post, and also I would not post a lot in one day. When I first got my Bookstagram, I think I posted 6 times in one day, and then I lost my tagging pictures privilege for almost a year. It was hard to get noticed because I couldn't tag authors on pictures. I could only tag them on comments, and I avoided that as much as possible just because I didn't want it to be too spammy, and also you won't get noticed a lot like that. So, when do I post? I try to do the schedule of every other day, and then the last 2 weeks of the month post Monday through Friday and taking my weekends off. But I didn't really like that, so I'm going back to every other day. There's no really good time, no perfect time to post your picture. The Bookstagram community is always awake, so anytime you post it using like the appropriate hashtags, you will get noticed. I promise you that. So relevant hashtags, post anytime you like with the relevant hashtags, and just keep it fun. Literally just keep it fun. The downside, whenever you are at the place where you can do giveaways, you will gain and you will lose followers. It's just part of the game, and it's unfortunate that people only want to follow you for a giveaway. And my advice is to get an app. I have a follow-unfollow app where I can see people that unfollow me, and I think that's gonna be the biggest help when figuring out who like your loyal followers are and who's not just there for free stuff. So that's mine. I am also the petty person. I don't know if it's just because of my zodiac sign, I'm an Aries, but anytime someone unfollows me, I will unfollow them right back. There was this girl, we were close on Bookstagram, but then she unfollowed me. Didn't think I would notice, but I unfollowed her back, so that's just how it is. I have made such amazing friends in this Bookstagram community. I have met one. Technically I have met two, but she's a dear friend of mine and she lives like 5 minutes away from me. So there's that. I do want to meet more because we love books, and just being able to share that with other people is just such a huge blessing. So those are like my personal tips and tricks to creating a Bookstagram. Not how do you gain like 100,000 followers in 2 weeks, but how to organically post and how to just like curate your feed. I do have a behind the scenes of like how I create a Bookstagram post. It's on my Instagram. I'm gonna try and link it down below. I don't know if it'll work. And then I also think I did it on TikTok as well. Actually, I did the Q&A thing. I had asked if anyone would go back to when they first posted, what would they do differently? And what have you learned since joining Bookstagram? A friend, Brooke, she said she would commit to posting every single day for the first few months. I agree. I was not consistently posting good stuff, so I think that's also where my engagement was not as high. So there's that. And then my friend Erin, she said she'd be consistent. She dropped off, and it's messed with the algorithm. I will say the algorithm is very tricky. If you are consistent with posting, your engagement will continue to rise and rise and rise. The more my following has gone up, I will say the more my engagement has been really well. But that's just because I've been posting for me. I've been posting good pictures for me, because this specific Instagram is very nice to look at, whereas my personal Instagram is garbage. So I like to make this one look nice, whereas my personal one just completely slacks off. My friend Alex, she said, follow every account that follows me. It might seem like a good idea at first, but it's not in my opinion. I still try to follow people back, but I'm at the point where I'm not going to follow people back just because they follow me. I feel like that's I think Instagram will flag that, so be careful of how many people you follow at how many times. So there's that. She said a lot of people follow then unfollow, whether you followed back or not. If you're following for books, stay for books. Don't just follow to get your following count up. Eventually, bigger accounts will follow you because they like your content, not just because you're trying to grow your feed and your brand or whatever. It is rude that you end up following content that you don't necessarily enjoy or relate to. But then I do feel bad for unfollowing people, but sometimes it's necessary, because my thing is, if you're a book account and you don't post for a certain amount of time, I mean, you can give a warning on Instagram stories that you're taking like a mental health break or you have family things going on. I will 100% understand that. But if you just drop off the face of the earth and expect people to still follow you, then that's where I have the issue at. I don't want to name drop, but there was this one girl we talked a lot on Bookstagram. She posted 5 pictures on Booksta and then she just completely disappeared. And Instagram disabled her account because she was not posting anymore. And then I just unfollowed her because it was not worth my energy giving her all of my advice and like books that I love for her just to go away without any trace. So that's my thing. I'm done with my soapbox. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe, please. I would love, love, love for you to subscribe and also give that little bell a click. And also, what are some of your tips and tricks for Bookstagram? I am always willing to learn. Who are your favorite Bookstagram content creators to follow? I would love to look at their feed because I love getting inspo for feed. And yeah, that's it. Bye guys.